don't matter. Don't be discouraged. It don't matter. Let the world know that it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful. Plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits. I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with low, short, and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. So think it's a sexy girl. Don't just be ashamed. You're so beautiful.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jamila J Girl Talk on Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Hey Kendra.
Hi, Jamila.
Hey,
Super
Chuck
excited.
where's Chuck? Where's Chuck?
I don't know. Off saving the world, I'm sure.
Well, maybe he's on his 1 and 2s and he's doing his DJ thing, and we're going to send a shout out to him. But I want to send a shout out to Miss Kendra Moore of More Life LLC for, being the, what are you doing, like behind the scenes?
Yes,
And
yes.
doing the gas. You're doing double duty. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I am honored, Jamila, always.
Oh, cool. So how are you doing? I heard you moved and you're in a new place. And
Yeah.
how is that going for you?
Well, I have relocated from Delaware to Orlando, Florida, and getting used to this humidity and the temperature. I had to laugh today when my dad mentioned like them having a winter. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, wait till winter. I'm like, oh, winter, okay. but I'm doing well. I'm living with my parents right now until my house sells, and
Okay.
so prayerfully that will be happening the end of this month. Everything should go through, and then I'll be searching myself. But I'm having a great time.
Good,
How are you
good.
on the West Coast? What's going
Well,
on the
we're
West
doing
Coast?
good. Fires are breaking out, but I'm hot
Yeah.
anyway, so what can I say? But the weather, the weather is very, very hot.
Yeah.
I just can't believe, I'm driving on the freeway, there's a fire. I'm in Walmart
That
parking
is
lot, a car is on fire. So, I walk out my door, this is last week, it's like, what's burning? What's burning? So it's really crazy here, but
wow.
I mean, there's hurricanes and tornadoes, so it's always something, and we just make the best of it and, stay prayed up.
Yep.
But I do want to say you look amazing. I don't know,
Oh,
something
thank
about
you.
the humid weather. Yeah, your skin and you just look, you look beautiful. Yeah, you're
Thank
glowing.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe it's the
Good.
change. Maybe it's the change, but I feel
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
I feel, yeah.
yeah. You look beautiful. You're glowing. Yeah. And sometimes, we have to sacrifice, for our parents to make sure they're good, they're safe, they're
Yeah.
healthy. So, you don't have to worry about them because you're there with them. So that's a good thing.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. No, I never thought that I'd be moving back to Florida ever. I was in the Northeast for 25 years. So, within a matter
Wow.
of months, I made the decision to move, change my job, decided to just come on down, like you said, to support my parents in person. And then also too, it's important, I have a son, and for him to, he's 14 now, so he was born in the Northeast. So to be back around family, cousins and all of that stuff, and have that
Mhm.
connection, because those are the things that you really cherish when you get older. When you're a kid, you don't quite think about it, but once you're older, those connections are important. So,
Right, right.
but but yeah, so totally worth it. Totally worth it.
How's the transition for him?
The transition for him has been good. I mean, he's a easygoing kid, which is great. The other thing is, I think he's just used to transitions because we've always, since he's been young, we do things, go places, switch up the environment. He has friends that he's close to, but thanks to the internet, and gaming, they can still be connected. So
Okay,
he's doing pretty well. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
that's good. Okay, great, great. So, Miss Kenya Moore, so where were you born? Where were you born?
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. So I am a Southern
Okay.
gal. Grew up mostly in
Hmm.
Florida, though. So my dad was in the military, retired Air Force, 20 plus years. So we bounced around a lot in Florida. I lived in Japan for 4 years, came back
Wow.
in the States around the 11th grade, and yeah, and then was in Florida, Delaware, and now back to Florida. So I was born in South Carolina, but I claim both South Carolina and Florida as my home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So, where did you go to college? Because you're very articulate. Where'd you go?
Oh, thank you. So actually, I graduated from a community college in Panama City, Florida, which is now State College. And then after I did that, I relocated. I didn't know anyone in Delaware. All of my friends were
Hmm.
going to like Florida State University, Tallahassee, I mean, in Delaware, in Orlando. And I decided
Hmm.
that I wanted to do something different. So I went to University of Central Florida and got my bachelor's in business and my major is in marketing. Even though I'm not doing my major, but I'm in the business realm, for my trade. But yeah, so I'm a UCF Knight, a proud UCF Knight.
Cool. How'd you get to Delaware? Your job or what brought you to Delaware?
An ex-husband. You know how us women do.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
But he was in the military. We met in Florida,
Okay.
relocated to Delaware, and so and then I
Hmm.
decided to stay after we divorced. I mean, we're good friends now, so that's great. We were able to maintain a great friendship, but I liked Delaware. I mean,
Hmm.
the places you can go. I had great friends there. Had a church family there, and a lot of people thought I was going to relocate back to Florida, and nope, I stayed. So I think that's important.
Okay.
For people is like building that network. So you can
Hmm.
have friends and family away from home. So that's basically what I did.
Okay. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about More Life. What
Yes.
is More Life?
Yeah, so More Life is a company that I started a few years ago. Natural health and wellness company with focus on infusing essential oils into our products. So I do body butters. Well, I'll say there's two main things. One thing is that I really focus on really high quality ingredients.
Mm.
And then the other thing is focusing on really high quality essential oils. I'm a certified essential oils coach. So I learned under Dr. Axe. A lot of people in the natural world know him, so he's kind of renowned. And he had this
Oh,
essential. Do you know him? Do you know that
well,
Dr. Axe?
I use his collagen.
Okay.
His
Yes. Yep. Yep.
collagen. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So
it's really good.
before he started coming out with products, he like
Ah,
was like a guru in essential oils, and I mean he's a doctor as well.
mm-hmm.
So he started
Yeah.
a training program, and I decided to do that, and it was great because it was really around the chemistry of essential oils, not just this smells like this or this, So it was really
Mm.
really the chemistry and the science, and there were tests you had to pass and all this to continue to move forward. So I got certified through his program, and then I started using essential oils on myself and on my son. It really helped him with his asthma. So he used to
Mm.
have really bad asthma. I mean, like end up in the hospital asthma due to seasonal changes. And yeah, it was pretty bad. And he was always on it in what is it, the albuterol nasal, the
Inhaler.
inhaler where they have that. Yeah. So he was on that all the time. And as I started learning more about essential oils, what I did was I started to incorporate it in our household. So I started replacing like cleaning supplies with things that were essential oils based or natural wellness based. I got rid of like the plug-in air fresheners, so I started making these, even like our laundry. I did that. And then I started picking up more, becoming more conscious of when he first started to feel bad. And then I would apply different oils, on him based on what I learned. And before long, I mean, he responded really well. And after a while, I would do that and the albuterol, and then eventually I just started doing that, and I could put that little machine away. So
Mm.
that's kind of got me into essential oils, and then I started making products. And then, the story goes like I started giving it to my friends and my family, and then people are like, "Oh, can I buy this?" And then it took off from there. But my main goal is making sure that the ingredients are really high quality, because what you use on your skin, around your body matters. And I want people to
Mm.
not only experience it from like a luxury perspective, the way that it feels when you put on like a body butter, but also the therapeutic properties that are in there. So that's more life, and that's the natural body products part. And then I also started incorporating other things, gut health, underneath that umbrella, if you will. And then also just trying to motivate people to be active. I love fitness, so all of that stuff.
Okay. Let me go back. We'll do one thing at a time. How do you define essential oils? What are they?
So yes. So essential oils, they're actually produced by plants. Plants, trees, some grasses, even flowers. You can get them from the stem, the root. So they are actually chemical compounds that are kind of produced within those plants, and they help the plants to sustain, not necessarily to live, but almost like have a better quality of life if you think about plants. So for example, you have like if you think about like frankincense, right? So frankincense and myrrh are two that are really popular essential oils. So those actually come from a bark of a tree. And if you like tap a tree like they do for sap, you'll see that the sap starts coming out, and then it'll kind of like go over the part that was, they call it tap, but that's actually damaging the tree. And that
Mm.
sap the tree produces to heal itself, protect itself from the outside, and heal itself from the inside. And so that sap is actually used to make like a frankincense essential oil, for example, depending on the tree. And so as a
Mm.
result, we also got benefit of using frankincense. And frankincense is like a really powerful healing, known for healing from the inside out. So those are essential oils. Now they're not, there's a difference. There's essential oils, and then there's something that's called carrier oils. And
Mm-hmm.
carrier oils are like your coconut oil, your jojoba oil, trying to think, rose oil. There are these some oils that are, and I have jojoba oil here. This is not an essential
Mm-hmm.
oil, but it
Mm-hmm.
is one that's like healthy and you can use it on your skin. But
Okay.
yeah.
So where does essential oils come from? Trees. Now the other oil, where do they come from? The jojoba oils.
So essential oils can come from trees, they can come from plants, they can come from grasses.
Plants.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on that particular oil. So for example, there's rose essential oil that actually comes from the rose petals. So they like kind of, if you think about it in a simple way, I would say like sweat the rose petals and the oils will come out, and that's what they use that for. You have lemongrass essential oil. Lemongrass, if you think about like citronella, a lot of people use that to in your sprays and candles to kind of get rid of bugs. So lemon, that's made out of a different blends of different lemongrass. So that's coming from like a grass. So it depends on the oil. Jojoba oil and coconut oil, for example, coconut butter, they actually they can come from like nuts, like tree nuts,
Yeah,
for
okay.
example.
Well,
So
coconuts. Yeah,
yep.
coconuts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So let's talk about the you talked a little bit about the gut because I want to learn about that because my stomach is always talking, you know.
Right.
So what is the gut health? What is that about?
So for your gut, so the gut health, a lot of people don't really think about our gut health. We think about wanting a flat stomach, you know what I mean, and exercising, but what's going on in the inside is really important because your gut health basically controls a lot of your internal body. So from inflammation to allergies to digestion, you know, of course, bloating, gas, and then even your immune system. So I think it's like 80% of your immune system is actually regulated by your gut. So the thing with your gut health is depending on your diet and your environment. For example, you have different microorganisms or microbiotics that's in your gut, and you have the good and the bad. And what you want to do is you want to have more good than bad, or at least balance out. But that again depends on your diet. So for gut health, it's important to eat foods and take supplements because unfortunately, with the quality of our foods, the way things are grown nowadays, they're not as nutrient dense as like our grandparents had, for example. So that therein you need like supplements to help balance out your gut. Even for your like skin, if people have because like acne and these types of things are eczema, inflammation of the skin, right? And your gut can help regulate all of that stuff.
Interesting. I always was told you get it in and you got to get it out.
You do have to
You know,
get
you got to
you do have
play
to get it out.
that
Yep.
stuff got to come
Yep.
out of
Yep.
you one way or the other,
Yes,
you
you
know?
do. You do have to get it out. And some
Yeah.
people are better at getting it out than others. Some people are getting out the wrong things, you know. So it's a balance. Now, Jamila, because I
Yeah.
am doing two jobs, I'm gonna jump in the comments because we have a lot of comments.
Go
So
ahead. Yes. Oh, good. Okay.
let's look at some comments here. So September Rain says, "Amen."
Hey.
Hi, September Rain. That's
Amen.
beautiful name. Izzy Meditate says,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Hey,
beautiful.
Izzy.
What's
Yeah.
up, Izzy?" And then she's shouting out to William Dickerson. Hello, William. William saying,
Hey,
"Good afternoon,
William. Hey,
later,
William.
ladies. What's up, Will?" And he's shouting out Izzy. And September Rain says, "Awesome, interesting. The the what? Clover
Clover.
essential oil is really good." Ooh,
Clover.
I haven't had
I was
clover
going to
yet.
talk to
I
you
have to
about
try
that.
that. Oh, I
Mm.
have not tried clover yet.
It's good for
There is
your
something.
teeth.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good for
okay. I'll have to
toothaches.
try that. I use
Hey,
neem,
Karen.
and we'll talk about it when we get into products later. But
Okay.
Karen says, "Good afternoon." Hi, Karen. Oh, did I
Hey,
do that? I did that
is
already.
he?
Hold up. Let me back up. And then you have Izzy who's shouting out Karen. And then she's shouting out September. You know how we do. You know we have all our
Yeah,
shout outs.
yeah.
And then Izzy says, "I'm a true believer in all natural products." Yes. And there's
Yes,
a
yeah.
time and a place for both types. I'm not a type of person who's like, don't use conventional medicine. For
Mhm.
me, it's like, know that you have a choice. Everything is about education, right? And so we have
Yeah.
been indoctrinated to just two things. One thing I think is to get rid of things really quickly, right? So if you have acne, I want it to stop now. You have a headache, I want it to stop now. I want it to stop now. And then from there, we jump into all of the pharmaceutical things. And and that's kind of just how we've been trained. And not that
Yeah.
pharmaceutical products are bad, because definitely, some are definitely needed, but know that
Mm-hmm.
our bodies have toxic levels, right? So every time that you are exposing yourself and your bodies to something that is not natural or more toxic than something else, you're building up these toxic levels in your body. And I'm talking about from cleaning products to being in atmospheres where people smoke all the time, maybe, or you live in a bad
Mm-hmm.
environment where there's like a plant. All of this stuff is introducing toxins into your body. So just know that there are alternatives, and that way you're not cumulatively always building up. You can use something else. So that's
Right.
my that's where my passion comes from, to talking to people about natural products. Is just know that you have a choice and try it and see if it
Yeah.
works. All right. We have September Rain. She says, I love this. It's extremely therapeutic and a healthy way to treat health with harmless benefits.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, one thing I do want to mention is, because something is natural does not necessarily mean it is harmless, because a lot of people have
Mm-hmm.
that perception. So, for example, peppermint essential oil, depending on your skin sensitivity, it can actually like burn you. Cinnamon essential
Wow.
oil can do the same thing. So this is why, you have to be knowledgeable in what you're using, so that way you don't use it wrong. Because if you use it incorrectly, you're going to have a reaction, and then you're going to be like, well, that doesn't work. It's not necessarily
Mm.
that it doesn't work, but keep that in mind. So whenever you go for something natural, just you do want to look it up as well. Then you have Charles Brakely that says, good afternoon.
Hey, Chuck. Hey.
Afternoon, Charles. You have Izzy
Yes.
says yes. Jean Kelly, y'all know who that is. My mom. I
Gene
shout her out
Kelly.
all the time.
Hi.
She says, hi, ladies. Hey,
Hi,
mom.
Mom.
I got to give her respect. And a couple of more. Izzy shouts out Charles, and then September Rain says, wow, learned something new today. Thank you. And it's a pleasure meeting you. Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you
Yeah.
too.
What a good, such a wonderful family on Feel Good Talk.
Yes,
We're a
I love our
family. I
family.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
one thing you mentioned in terms of, like, I've been having headaches. So
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to take an aspirin. I want to go back and think, okay, what is causing the headache? Is it something I'm
Yeah.
eating? Is it something I'm drinking? So I just don't want to take a headache, aspirin and it goes away. I want to know what it is. So I
Yeah.
may have to change something in my diet. One of my friends
Right.
keeps saying, well, I have heartburn. I said, well, why do you have heartburn? I have heartburn when I eat pizza and whatever. I said, but where is it coming from? You just can't like take what are those Tums? Someone
Right.
told me it causes kidney failure. So you just got to be careful in just treating things. You got to try to determine, okay, where's this headache coming from? Is it my blood pressure?
Yeah.
What is it? So that's the comment I wanted to make. And now I wanted to get towards the health aspect because I see you. It's like, yeah, she's always working out. I started working out. So what is this working out thing? You're
Yeah.
into health, so that's the third component of your more life.
Yeah. So for health, the working out piece for me is, of course, you get the physical benefits, but it's the mental. It's truly the mental benefits of working out. So
Mm.
I heard of this study recently that, and I forget the name of the college, but it might have been Harvard. I'm not sure, but they did the study among groups of students that were going through finals, which everyone knows is a really stressful situation. And what they did is they had three different groups of students. One group of students, they let them just do their thing naturally. Another group of students, they said, okay, we want you to do moderate exercises 3 times a week. And then the third group of students, they actually had them do exercises like 5 times a week. So it was like, more intense exercises. And this is as they're, going through their finals. Now, which one do you think at
Mhm.
the end had lower stress levels? And yeah, which one do you think? The ones with not working out, the moderate working out, or the more extraneous workout?
I think probably the third one, the really intense workout.
So it was the middle one, the moderate workout. And
Oh,
what
the
they
middle
did
one?
was,
Okay.
yep, so like 3 times a week. And the way they measured the
Mm.
stress level was through both your perceived stress level, but then there's also like, markers, chemical markers in our body, like cortisol, for example. And they measured, from like a chemical perspective, their levels before they started and after they started. And they saw the greatest reduction in both perceived stress and actual stress from a chemical perspective from the group that was working out like 3 days a week. So, you don't have to
Wow.
work out
Mm.
every day, but just
Yeah.
like 3 days a week, because a lot of us are managing so much, number one. Number two, a lot of us we don't take that time for ourselves. So for me, my 30 minutes, and most of the time, it's like 30 minutes, and that's not, a whole lot. I'm not working out for like,
No, it's
2
not.
hours. Yeah, so and you can do that and that helps, reduce your stress levels and then you get of course the physical benefits from working out. And I think a lot of times we focus too much on the physical benefits and then what happens is when you reach
Mhm.
that goal, then you're like, "Oh, I reached my goal. I'm good." You know what I mean? But I think for me, it's helping
Right.
people realize that it should be a lifestyle. So working out should be a lifestyle because it's good
Right.
physically, but
Mhm.
definitely mentally. So
Yeah, I tease you because you seem like you're always working out, and I don't
yeah, yeah,
work out, but I do walk my dog. I walk my dog, so now I know that I don't have to. It doesn't have to be a strenuous, running or
yeah,
whatever. I walk my dog, and every day we go a little bit further and further,
yep,
in the neighborhood. So, and that it does make me feel good. And when I don't walk, it's like something is missing. So I have
yeah,
my prayer in the morning, I have my spiritual, and then I need that physical, especially
yep,
during, this COVID and not feeling
yeah,
100% as we talked about, before. So that makes me feel good. I'm not like Kendra, but I'm doing a little something, something that's making me feel
yeah,
better. So
yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
it's
cool.
yeah, no, do what fits your personality. Like for me, I've always been athletic. I've always done sports. I'm a competitive person. So, a lot of times I'm
Mhm.
challenging myself to push myself because that's just who I am. But that doesn't mean that you walking your dog, you're not getting, great benefits. And the
Yeah.
other thing is, I was just talking to my mom about this, that you don't need to do 10,000 steps a day. So a lot of people
Okay.
we've heard do 10,000 steps a day. And that actually, the 10,000 steps a day came about from a marketing campaign from a Japanese watchmaker.
Mhm.
Like, I can't remember, it was back in the 60s or something. And so we adopted that. But really, depending on your age, you could do like
Mhm.
4,000 steps. But, as long as you're up, active, moving, pushing yourself a little bit. I believe you have to
Yeah.
be a little bit uncomfortable to get yourself to that next level. So do something beyond just a stroll. If a stroll is all you can do, then do that because that's better than like sitting on the couch.
Mhm.
But if you can push
Right.
yourself a little bit more, let's do it.
Yeah. It's just so hot here, so I have to get up,
Yeah.
before get, at least about by 8 or 8:30. But it's just really too hot to even, try to walk. But I wanted
Yep.
to talk about some products here, and you said you use the best quality products. So these are so that I don't know. I'm going to show them to you, and you can give me your honest
Okay.
opinion, your honest feedback. Because honestly, I shop a lot at Ross and
Right.
the 99-cent store. So most of these products are not high quality. But I think my thing is I want you to, explain from your perspective what they are and what they're good
Yeah.
for, and just talk about the ingredients and things like that. So I'm going to start with my favorite. I don't know if you know this one, but I love it and I don't use it until I have to. Does it look familiar? I
Yes.
love
Very
this. It
great
smells
product.
so good. And you
I'll
want to
let
talk a
you tell
little
them
bit
what
about
that
it?
is. Yes.
I
So
love this.
these
The last photo shoot I did, it was just downstairs, and I said, "Oh man, let me put some of this on." And I this is Kendra's product, and I've had it for how long? I had it for
yeah.
at least about
Months. Yeah.
yeah, like maybe 4 or 5 months, and
Yeah.
I just use a little bit because I want to savor it, and it is so look, it's just so wonderful. And I love it.
Thank
I
you.
I love it on my skin. I just love it. So let's talk about that.
Thank you. So I appreciate that. So that's the More Life Lux Butter, and it's called Lux Butter for a reason. Again, I want it to have a luxurious feel because I recognize there's
Because
two things that I wanted for my products. One is I wanted it to be affordable. Well, I would say three: affordable, therapeutic in terms of mental and physical health. But then also, I wanted people to experience this luxurious feel because not a lot of people, I get tired of seeing these products in magazines and they're so highly promoted, but they cost like $100 and something. So I'm like,
yeah,
why can't normal people have really good products and feel luxurious in your, bathroom or your living room, putting it on, having that woosah moment? So, in the More Life Body Butter, it has organic shea butter. It has coconut oil. It has jojoba oil. It has a butter from India called cocoon butter that's known for helping your skin cells
mm,
regenerate. And then there's different ones. There's lavender, so I would put lavender essential oil in it, rosemary, peppermint, lemongrass, depending on, the need that somebody has. So thank you. I appreciate that.
even my cuticles, they're my cuticles are lit up. Look at my cuticles. I love it, Kendra. Really, I do.
Thank
I
you.
do. So that's
Thank
my favorite. So let's go on to
you.
my grocery store products and things from 99 Cent Store. But this company sent me this. It's an apple cider vegan. What is
What?
a vegan product? What does it have that other products don't have that's non-vegan?
Yeah. So vegan products, they emit animal byproducts. So if something is kind of derived from an animal, so like leather, for example, and certain products, dairy. If it doesn't have dairy, even when it comes to skincare products, a lot of products may use beeswax. Like I have a lip balm, and my lip balm is not
Ah,
vegan because I use beeswax in my lip balm. And so,
gotcha.
vegans,
Okay.
they don't promote or like to use anything that's derivative of an animal byproduct. So whether it's meat or skin
Mm,
or something the animal makes. So I think
okay.
that's the main thing for vegans. Now, what is that you said? It's a what?
It's called Wow. It's a skin. It's an apple cider skin wash. So you the little
So
bristle. You just take it and
okay,
wash your
yep.
face. It's good though. They sent it to me as a product endorsement, and I thought I would
Yep.
just start with this because it's like, what, you know. So would your products be vegan per se?
So
Most of
my
them?
product most of them would, yeah. Yeah. And there's like a
Mm-hmm.
certification. If you see something that says certified vegan, you have to do like paperwork and get like official approval. So, but
Okay.
outside of now that I'm thinking about it, outside of my lip balm, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Just
Yeah.
speaking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, one
Okay.
of the
So
things I
these
want
are
to say
some of
about
the.
the apple cider. So the apple cider, two things. Now I have gotten products out of Marshalls and Ross too. So they
Oh,
can
good.
carry some good stuff. Yeah, yeah. So they can carry
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff. You just have to know what you're looking for, right?
Okay.
Apple cider vinegar is very good for can be, depending on your skin type. It can be very good for your skin because of its antimicrobial properties. So people who have acne and stuff like that, they, can use apple cider vinegar products. But anytime you're putting products on your skin, you want to do what's called a patch test. This calls for essential
Mm.
oils as well. So you want to take a little bit of it and you put it in a place like might dab something here and then see if you have a reaction to it. So that's called patch testing.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
if you don't, then usually you're good to go. But apple cider vinegar face wash is largely good. Again, depending on if you have really sensitive skin, I might stay away from that.
Mm. Speaking of apple cider vinegar, I've
Yes.
it as a treatment for my gut. Is that good?
You you can not too much. So I don't advocate like drinking it every day type of thing, just because you don't know what the pH is
Mm.
in your system, so you have to be careful. But it is known to help for your gut. It's known to help for your skin, even a hair rinse. So you can use it if you use a
Yeah,
lot
I've
of
used.
products on your hair, right? You can do that. So if you think about it from that aspect, like it's stripping things out of your hair for your skin,
Mm.
it's helping to like kill that bacteria. So in some type of moderation, again, if you're sensitive,
Okay.
if your gut is sensitive, then I wouldn't necessarily
I
recommend
couldn't
it, and
stand
always
to drink
dilute
it
it.
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
stand to drink it every day, but I have done it before. So let's go on to some of my products. And I want you to kind of tell me the difference. So this is organic coconut oil. Uh,
Yes.
so this is organic coconut oil. Now this is someone gave me this. This is coconut body butter. What is the body
Okay.
butter?
So
Opposed
body
to
butter.
just,
So, yep. So the oil is like the pure coconut, nothing else in it, right? So for example, my More Life body butter has coconut oil in it, but then it's got these other things in it, right? So, but your coconut oil, what you held up the first time, if you will hold that up again. So for
the pure
coconut oil, it's
organic.
really good. Yep. So coconut oil is really good for your skin. It has great antimicrobial properties in it. Also some anti-inflammatory properties in it. Now, it's hard for me to see, but is your coconut oil solid or liquid?
You know
Is it
what?
a,
When it's hot, it just melts. So it gets
yeah,
hard if it's not really hot. I love that. Yeah,
yep. So I
I
use
love I
coconut
love it.
oil
So yeah.
a lot. Yeah, it's good. And you can even put it on your face at night. So, I do that as well because it's good
Mm.
for your skin. When you go into the grocery store, you'll see coconut oil, right? And it's solid. That's like the
Um,
coconut oil that you cook with. And then you have
mhm.
like the coconut oil for your skin. They're both the same type. The difference is your solid oil has all of the fats that are natural to the coconut oil. When they make it in a liquid form for your skin, what they do is they take out some of those fatty elements that could clog your pores. So,
Oh, okay.
so you
Okay.
still get the benefits, but some of those fatty elements are removed. And then it makes it easier too to kind of work with, so you don't have to rub it, um, and for cosmetics and stuff like that. But both are good. But if you have skin that clogs easily, a lot of acne, a lot of I don't know, clogged pores, then I would use the fractionated one. That's the liquid form.
Okay. Well, when they say organic, what does
Yeah.
that mean?
So organic is something that a lot of people put on their products. You have to be careful because it's not necessarily regulated. You will have, if you want something that's really regulated, I think it'll say FDA organic or something like that. Like there's an approving body that'll certify something as organic. But basically, what it means is that if you think about, again, these products coming from plants, trees, and nuts, and then organic products, they're the plants and trees and stuff that it comes from aren't treated with like pesticides, insecticides.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
Okay. That makes sense.
that's kind of like the high level meaning of it. Because again, everything you put on your skin, in your bloodstream. So that's why, as much as possible, you want to stay away for things that are chemically treated because those chemicals,
Mhm.
you'll be introducing them to your body. And the thing I love about like the Rosses and the Marshalls, that you can actually find some great organic products at an affordable
Yeah.
price.
That's
Yeah.
where I got that from. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to any questions or any feedback? Yeah.
Let's see. We have a couple of more comments. So Jean says, "Happy Sunday, Izzy." And Izzy said, "Are there any essential oils that can help with skin tone discoloration?" Yes, there are. So lavender essential oil is known as like the skin oil. So from
Mm.
discoloration to if you have a skin injury, like a burn or sore or something, that's great. Your rose essential oil is really great for your skin. Geranium essential oil is great for your skin. Um, if you're trying to brighten your skin, then orange essential oil is great for your skin. That essential oil, you would put it on at night or when you're not going to go out into the sun, because it can cause a reaction with the sun. But and lemon essential oil for some people, not for everybody, can be used to like brighten dark spots. So the thing with the
Mm.
skin that I love when you think about essential oils is thinking about essential oils that are floral, lavender, geranium, rose.
Mhm.
These are floral oils, and these oils tend to be gentle for your skin. So those are the ones that I would recommend. Great
Okay,
question.
cool. Cool. Another product, my sister went to Ghana and she came back with this
Ooh,
maybe 20 years ago, and it's like, what is this? And now it's very popular. Shea butter.
yes, shea
And I
butter.
noticed I love shea butter, and it's,
Yeah,
yeah, I love
yeah.
it. Talk about shea butter.
So shea butter comes from the shea nut. And then I have my shea butter, not the one, this is the
What?
one that I actually use to make my body butter. I buy it in like a bulk package. But
Okay.
the thing with shea butter, again, really, really great for your skin, can be good for your hair as well. There's different types of shea butter. So the shea butter that I have actually, that I use in my products, has been treated in a way, I won't get too technical, but it's been treated in a way to take out that, how some shea butters have like that smell that can be kind of like a heavy smell. It's
Mm-hmm.
like that yellow
Yeah.
thing. So when I'm making my products, it would overpower my essential oil. So this is organic shea
Mm.
butter, but it's been treated to kind of remove that. Um, but shea butter, I highly
I
recommend
love
shea
shea
butter.
butter. Yeah.
If you have dry skin, especially. The other thing to keep in mind, I know people don't like using oils. If you say like, oh, use like rose hip oil or jojoba oil if you have oily skin. one thing to keep in mind, if you have oily skin, our natural oils, they will tend to kind of balance out your oil production. So don't, if
Mm.
you have oily skin, don't shy away from using like jojoba oil is probably the one that I would recommend for oily skin. Um, because some can sit on top of your skin and not really soak in. So you just got to be careful. But shea butter, thebomb.com. I love it. I love shea
How do
butter.
you how do you use it on your hair? Because I know shea butter, it melts just like the coconut oil. So how do
Yeah.
you melt it and then put it on your hair?
It depends. Like you can, if you have the solid one, you can just put it on your hand and just rub it, in your hair. And the thing to be careful about your hair depends on your hair type and texture. So some hair types and textures are more porous. They can absorb water more, and sometimes some people will put on their hair, it'll sit on top of their hair and not go in. What I would recommend
Mm.
for shea butter is put it on your hair like a conditioner, like when you are washing your
Okay.
hair, and put some on your hair, let it set, and then rinse it off. That would be like the
Okay.
simplest way that I would
Mm.
recommend using it.
Okay, cool. Do you know anything about
What is it? Bio what?
biotin?
Biotin. So
Mm-hmm.
biotin is good for your skin, also good for your bones. Um,
Oh.
there's different ways that you can take biotin, right? So I don't know if yours is a powder. Is it a powder that
This
you put
is
into
this
your
is for
drink?
your hair. It's like a mask.
So that I don't know. I haven't looked at it in terms of putting it on top of your hair. Now I know
Okay.
you can, there's biotin powders and stuff that people, biotin supplements are very popular that people
Mm-hmm.
take. One of the things to be careful of, and I'm not saying this with biotin, but in general, not everything that you put on top of your skin or hair necessarily penetrates through. So that all depends on the size of, to get a little technical, but on the size of the molecules in that product. So I'm not sure about biotin if it's small enough to actually penetrate through. I think
Mm.
what's a little bit harmful to the health and wellness world, the natural health and wellness, is when something gets popular, everybody goes out and makes like products, and then it
Mm.
confuses a lot of people because if you don't know and you buy something and that person, they didn't do what they were supposed to do to make it work right because they're just trying to get some coins, then people
Yeah.
walk away. They're like, oh, that doesn't work. So, you
Yeah.
know, you, you got to be really careful. We do have some comments.
Okay.
Let's drill these up really quickly. What else do you do with essential oils besides healthcare?
Mm.
So that's a good question because for me, everything everything is healthcare. I mean, I think if you're not talking like medical health, they're definitely great aromatherapy. So
Mm.
putting it in an essential oil diffuser and then letting that scent actually penetrate. So there was another study that was done with these executives. They took them into a forest, into like a pine forest. And pine is really great for relaxation and also your stress level, your respiratory levels, etc. So
Mm.
they took them out there, and these are like high level executives. So they're stressed out. And then they measured their stress levels before and after. Their stress level was way down. So because they were surrounded by these pines. So then what they did was
Mm.
they put them in a hotel room where they were away from walking in the forest for 3 days, which is what they had them do. And they piped in that pine essential oil smell, like a aromatherapy smell. And when they measured their stress levels, it was effective in reducing their stress. So besides
Mm.
healthcare, I strongly promote it for aromatherapy purposes.
What about like perfume? I mean, using a little lavender
Yes,
as perfume or something.
yes. Perfume, cologne. essential oils are used in products today for that, which is great. Cedarwood is one that's really popular, especially in male cologne. You can find cedarwood, and again, thinking about, like I said before, rose
Yeah,
essential oils.
yeah.
That's something. So if you think about the flowers that attract insects, right? That's why the flower is using those. That's how the essential oil is being used by that flower to attract insects, so that way they can pollinate, right, and spread the seeds and the flowers grow, blah blah blah.
Okay.
So we actually use those same types of flowers in essential oils and perfumes to attract people to us. So that's that,
Mm,
I call it like plant human connection. So that's, yeah, it's a great point,
that's
Jamila.
cool. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
perfumes.
Okay. Cool. I got a few more things. I'm I'm just really
Yes.
glad that you're educating us. This I got
Oh, this is fun.
grocery store. This is avocado oil. I
Yep.
love avocados.
Yeah, avocado oil is great because it contains a lot of fat in it. So just like the avocado itself, avocado essential oil contains a lot of fatty acids, which are great for your skin. It's one of the oils that soak into your skin really well. The Now brand actually is a good brand too. So did you get that? Where did you
Oh,
get that one?
cool.
That's a good brand
I
to
think I
use.
got it at I think I got it at Ross.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
go
the
to
Now brand.
Ross and it's 100% pure.
Yep.
So it's
So, and then let's talk about that. When you are in Ross and Marshalls, any store, I don't even care if it's like a regular, like a health store, make sure you look at the back of the ingredients. And because you will have things that'll say whatever essential oil, and then you look at the ingredient list and it only has like, it may have 5 other things in it. So if something says pure on the label, don't just take that and pick it up. Look
okay.
at the back and make
Okay.
sure that's the only thing that's in there. But that's a good brand.
Okay. Now I definitely got this at Ross. Um, what about castor oil?
I've not
Can you
used
say?
castor oil on my, I have a visceral reaction to castor oil because my mom used to make me drink it. Ugh, teaspoonful.
It's good for your
That was like back
hair.
in the day. I
Yeah.
haven't used it. I have not used castor
Yeah.
oil or studied castor oil, so I'll have to look at that.
Okay. So this has it's pro growth. It has castor oil and that's all it says for hair growth. Okay, I got that one. And this one, tree oil. I used all that.
Say that again. Tea tree. So tea tree oil is
Yeah,
very
tea tree.
popular again for skincare. It's really great for
Mm,
acne. You'll see it in a lot of products that talk about like acne prone skin because of its high antibacterial properties. And so for tea tree
cool.
oil, you can take a little bit of it, dab it on a cotton ball, dab your skin with it. So that's a really great one for skincare, especially.
Okay. And this is I think I got this at Ross, but it's more castor oil. I used to use this on my daughter hair, and it just grew her
Right?
hair crazy. Yeah.
Oh, nice. How did you
Um,
use
I just, some of it is real thick, the castor is real thick, and I just put it on there.
it? Right.
But since I started watching your videos, I kind of mixed stuff together. So I would just like this biotin, I would mix it with some oils
Yep.
and then put it on my hair and put a shower cap to let it
Like,
penetrate. Yeah,
yep.
before I started watching you, I didn't do any of this stuff. So once I started watching you, and I just started going in with these oils. This is a 10 in one. I think we talked about this when you told me to buy it. I don't know if you
Yep.
remember,
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
10
that was
and
one on the
1
website.
hair growth.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So this
yeah.
has, what do you think? Have you heard about the Chevy powder?
I have
Some of
not heard
that
about
too, but I didn't bring it. It's a, okay, so it's a powder, I think it's from Kenya. And I saw it a couple of years ago where somebody was in Kenya and they would take the powder and the hair was all the way down their back. So just like,
that. Huh.
a shea butter, somebody went in and they sell it on Amazon in packages, but it's just like a brown powder. But this
Right.
has shea bee powder, uh, peppermint oil, rosemary oil, castor oil, lavender, all the things you said, avocado oil,
Yep.
coconut oil, vitamin E oil, macadamia oil,
And
grapeseed
peppermint
oil.
and
Yeah.
peppermint and rosemary are great essential oils for your hair because they stimulate your hair follicles. And that stimulation is
Mm.
what helps your hair to grow. So rosemary, especially, I would say out of the two, is the one that has been most scientifically studied when it comes to hair
Rosemary.
growth. Even with
Okay.
people who are like, balding and using it and then noticing some hair growth in that spot. So rosemary, I would say, is number one out of the two for hair growth,
Wow.
especially if you have balding and hair thinning, etc. I do want to get the September Rains question real quick because she's been
Uh-huh.
very
Mhm.
patient. Would you
Sorry.
recommend essential? No, no, you're good. Would you recommend essential oils on sensitive skin such as eczema or psoriasis? So I would recommend lavender because that's the most gentle oil, or like I said, rose or geranium. The other thing that I would recommend is shea butter. What I would not recommend, which a lot of people with eczema use, is Vaseline.
Oh.
Vaseline, I won't recommend Vaseline for your skin, period. I know we all grew up putting Vaseline on our skin and it makes our skin super shiny. Yep. And it gives you the
Coming up.
perception, yes, it gives you
That
the
was coming
perception
up.
that your skin is moist. But what's actually happening is Vaseline is a petroleum based product. So, petroleum, like gas, right? So, they use that.
Mm.
They use petroleum, it's turned into Vaseline. And what it does is that it actually traps in the moisture on your skin. And so that's what's giving you that, oh, my skin is so soft when I put the Vaseline on. But what happens is your skin needs to breathe. That's how it's
Mm.
healthy. And your skin is constantly emitting moisture and drawing in moisture. That's just the way the skin works. And when you're putting petroleum based products on your skin, you are actually trapping that moisture in your skin, which sounds nice, but then eventually it'll start clogging your skin pores, and that's
Mm.
not good. So I don't recommend petroleum products, especially if you have eczema or psoriasis. Get shea butter, get like a good coconut oil, lavender essential oil, and if anybody wants any essential oils, let me know. Because I can help you with that. But yeah, that's what I would.
Cool.
I've ran into so many people with eczema who use Vaseline, and then I switched them to shea butter, and it's like a big difference. Even, I mean, not to self promote, but even my the More Life
Of
body
course.
butter, because of the products inside, are really effective at eczema and psoriasis. So,
But you know what?
but
Growing
yeah,
up,
they're
there
definitely.
there was not any shea butter or your product. So Vaseline was like the go-to,
Yeah, yeah, yep,
because lotion didn't help. You put
right.
lotion on your skin and you're ashy 5 minutes later. So I think it's good to be educated. We know
Yep, I
better.
agree. And it's about education, and then it's also about, like you said, product availability. You know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and now that more people are really understanding the health benefits of natural products, we're seeing them more and more often, and
Mhm.
so now there's a greater choice. So, when you know better,
Absolutely.
you do better.
Yep. This is my last product. You may have products you want to share, but I absolutely love this. It's Carol's daughter, and it's the Monoi. What is Monoi? Do you know?
I know that is a type of oil. I haven't had that.
Mm,
So I don't know. Now Carol's daughter has been around for a really long time now.
yeah.
They're known for the quality of their products. I don't know what
Mhm.
else is in that for the ingredients. One thing I do want to say though, when you're looking at health and wellness ingredients, and I'm texting my mom or sister to bring me my battery for my computer because my computer is about to die. So hopefully they're
Okay.
all on it. They hear me. But when you look at your hair products, your skincare products, even if it says natural on it, look for like sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth is what it's called sometimes. And so those two ingredients I tend to stay away from in skincare and healthcare products, even if it says something natural in the ingredients, because those two ingredients are drying to our skin and drying to our hair. So sodium lauryl sulfate and as well as there are hormonal disruptors. So there's a
Mm.
lot of science behind, those being disruptive to men and women from a hormonal standpoint. So thank you. So that's the beauty again of being with your family. Because I just got the ding of my computer about to die, and this is too good. I do have some products that
Okay,
I want
cool.
to share
Cool.
with you guys. Let me just a couple. Let me plug in my computer first. Sorry.
Mhm. Well, that was amazing because you answered a lot of questions. And like I said, wherever I see essential oils, I just buy it, especially when you started, doing your videos and talking about it. So it made me
Thank you.
very interested in the products. So,
Thank
when I
you.
saw essential oils, it's like, but to what are the details? What do you look for? Now you know to look for anything sodium. It reminds me of salt. So when I look at the ingredients, I will remember if anything that sodium, whatever word you said, is it will remind me of salt. It's like, no, this is not good for me. So I appreciate the time and answering all my questions. Can't hear you. Well, I don't know if she's coming back, but um, it has been, we always aim to educate, enlighten, and entertain. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. And like I said before, when Kenya would do her lives and show us how she make different products, that made me, it's like anytime I saw something essential oil, I would buy it. So it could have been at the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree store, Walmart, Ross. I bought it because I wanted to learn more about essential oils because of Kendra. So I don't have access to the questions, but I just like to thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot, and I did. And Chuck, we miss you. Hope we'll see you back next week. Kendra, thank you for educating us, and hopefully you'll come back again, and we can do some more product reviews. But I think it's very important. Your information is valuable, and I hope you continue to do your lives because I really appreciated that. And this is Jamila J. And we appreciate you watching. And make sure you check out Feel in Business. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Where else? LinkedIn. Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. So I hope you will check us out. And what else? Yeah, and I'll see you next Sunday. It feels weird, but I guess I have to say peace without Chuck, without Kendra. And thank you for watching. We appreciate you. So peace. Kendra, where are you? You come back. I don't know where she is, so hopefully she'll come back. I don't even know if you guys can see me, but thank you for watching. God bless.